Take advantage of your benefits. You earn them. They wouldn't give them to you. You earn them. So take advantage of it.
Let's say I'm a new veteran coming in the door and I don't know what this building is about. What can you tell me that you have here?
Well, first and foremost, I would say thank you for your service. Because I've been a veteran myself, serving 22 years, participating in Iran Hostage Crisis, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. My heart goes out to veterans because I know what they went through.
Exactly.
So what's here in this building? This is a Veteran Resource Center, okay? On this side of the building where I'm at, we do claims and referrals. On the other side of the building, across the hallway, they have other resources, where they help people with their utilities, food bank, etc. So what can you expect when you come here? We're here to help you get copies of your ribbons, medals, or any of your military records. Okay? We also can assist you in filing claims for any type of disability that incurred while in service or happened after service, but as a result of your service. Now, what are some of those things that we can help you with? Compensation service connected, something that happened to you in the service. Non-service connected. You have to be a certain age, 65 years old, to get non-service connected pension. Okay? A lot of people do apply for that once they get older. But one of the challenges I face with younger veterans that they don't want to file for it. I'm not missing an arm. I'm not missing a leg. So why should I file for a disability? But I got a hearing loss. I was in artillery. Okay? I mean, if I got a breathing disability, but it don't affect me now. I was at the burn pits. They need to file for those type of things. Not only do they need to file for it, we can help assist them in getting health care because there's 2 VA clinics here in Ocala. There's one off State Road 200 West, and then there's one on County Road 1442 in the villages. So some of the things we help with is death pension. When a person passes away, that surviving spouse can come in and file for death surviving benefits. But having said that, one of the challenges that I face is that surviving spouse had no idea that her spouse was a veteran until a relative of that veteran who is now deceased come in and said, "Did you know that Mr. So-and-so, my brother, my uncle served in Vietnam? He served in the Korean War." She has no idea. She could be eligible for all types of benefits, whether it's something to modify her home or whether there's something to assist her in some income. You just never know. So my thing is all those veterans out there who are married, tell your significant other, your spouse, where your proof of service is at. Because that's the only way you're going to get any type of benefits from the VA. You have to have proof of service. And that proof of service is what they call Form DD-214. And DD stands for the Department of Defense. Okay? And that form was issued for individuals who went into service from the Korean War to present. Now, those individuals in World War II, World War II was under the War Department. So there's a WDG. The WDG is the War Department Government Form 30. That's only for World War II veterans. But the most important thing I want to tell veterans is that please let your significant other know where your discharge paper is at. Okay? Tell them about your bank accounts. Tell them about your insurance, life insurance. Tell them about everything that involves around you, because when you leave, that woman or that man, that surviving spouse is coming here not knowing up or down.
Right.
And you don't want to leave them in that type of situation.
That's a lot to unpack there, but I want to go back to one thing specifically, the burial services. I know I just went through this myself. If you want to get buried in a national cemetery, and the military is going to pay for your burials, basically, once you come inside the gate. Can you go more into how that process works here and doing that ahead of time instead of waiting until the moment that it happens, then trying to rush and get things done?
Approximately about 2 years ago or so, the VA came out with what they call pre-needs. And we have a package here in our office that's out in the lobby that we can give veterans, their spouses. And that package consists of, before you had to be deceased in order to register to be entered into the VA cemetery. But now there's a pre-needs form. So you just complete this application. Again, you got to have proof of service, which is that discharge paper, indicating that you want to be interred in that cemetery. And all you need to do is complete this form. We can assist in that endeavor. Have proof of service, which is your discharge paper. Also, you can have your spouse intern there. All you have to do is write it in the remarks. I would like to have my spouse intern in the National Cemetery with me. Their name, their date of birth, like that. And they will contact you. It's a very simple process. And you mail it in. And they'll send you back an acknowledgement. Now, what happens is, they do everything from the time you bring the body to, or the urn, to the gate of the cemetery. That's where the VA takes over at. Anything prior to that, they may assist in getting some funds to do some cremation, different stuff like that. Getting a casket, they can assist in that endeavor. But the significant thing, if you've never been to a national cemetery before, they have lots of them here in Florida. And go there because it's a beautiful place. And it's well kept. You never have to worry about weeds, grass not being, cut. I would encourage veterans to go there because there's no cost associated with the interment. There's no cost associated with getting a headstone, a head marker. There's no cost associated with that. And you can rest assured they're going to take care of your last resting place. And you can put your spouse in there. Isn't that something?
Yeah, that is a great benefit that we have. I did visit the cemetery that's closest. Is it Bushnell that's closest to us here?
Yes.
And from coming from Arlington Cemetery, seeing how that's laid out and everything's perfectly lined up and it's an amazing place to visit, then going there, before I even pulled into the parking lot, I could see the grave markers perfectly lined up. If you got on a certain angle, they would block each other out. So I thought, okay, this is the place I want to be. Me and my wife visited there. They said everything you said. Yeah, they're going to take care of you once you get in the gate. One thing they also have, they have little pavilions where you can go have a service if you wanted to have the service on site. I thought that was really nice that they have that there. So all of my paperwork is done. What's that form number again? Let's get that so everybody knows.
This is VA form 4010007.
That's awesome. So again, free of charge. Once you get inside of the gate, your spouse can be there with you. You can do it ahead of time. Veterans, we need to make sure we're taking care of that right now.
Right, and they can arrange for honor guard, okay, to go to gun salute and to play taps. Also, there's a VFW on the outside of the gate of the National Cemetery. Or you can bring in the active military service. All you have to do is request that. That's significant spouse. You can put on this form in remarks, I would like to have a military detail to render my last honors. They will honor that.
Perfect.
That's very good, I think. That's where I want to go.
I'm definitely going there. Oh, one thing we left out. So there's, when you apply to go to a cemetery, they will say, we can't guarantee you will actually be in the cemetery. We will guarantee your spot. But at Bushnell in particular, they have so much land and they have land next to them that they're planning on purchasing that they're not going to run out of space.
That's right.
So you have a good opportunity of being there. But I know in the form it said we can't guarantee where you'll be. You can request, I want to go here, and if it's already full, well, then, you have to find out what's available. But in this case, for the veterans in this county, we should be good to go.
I agree with that.
Yes,
but there's other benefits. We can help them get indemnity compensation. If a veteran died from a service-connected disability, that spouse is eligible for $1,400 plus. That's a good benefit. A lot of spouses don't know that. If they had a heart condition, they died from the result of the heart condition. Or if they had hypertension, they died as a result of that. Or they had some type of cancer, they died as a result of that. That's automatic for that spouse. All she had to do is come in, or he had to come in to file that paperwork with us, that form, which is a form for compensation, and we can help them get that within normally 3 to 6 weeks. So it's a short process. So if you don't have a copy of your discharge paper, we can help you get that. That form is a SF-180. And you complete that, you tell them what branch of service you was in, how long you was in, the years you was in, okay? And you tell them about what type of medals and ribbons you was awarded. You can get those also, okay? On that same form.
So if I come in and I want to fill out that form, or I need to fill out that form, and maybe I don't know some of those dates, or I'm a little confused, or whatever, do you actually help the person fill out the form, help them get some of their...
yes, we do. It's good if they don't know the month but they need to know the year that they was in the service. And most importantly, their social security number, they can pull a lot of records by just their social security number.
That's the exact question I was going to ask. Could you just come in with your social security number and say, hey, I was in the service, I don't remember, The
more information you have, the quicker they can, get it to you. It might take up to 90 days to get it back. Sometimes longer, depends on how many requests they have.
That's more important reason for people to do stuff ahead of time and not wait till the last minute.
Order it and have it on hand. Let someone know where it's at. Don't hide your papers from anybody.
Exactly.
So that's very important concerning your discharge.
Our daughter just came to visit. I said, hey, all of the papers is in that briefcase. If you need something, go to that briefcase. That's where you'll find it. So the DD-214, insurance papers, everything is there. Even I told her what we wanted to do as far as burial.
I agree with that, because you shouldn't have to wait until you're on your last leg, so to speak, and then now you got all these things you're trying to tell them about. Do it in advance. Have proof of service, and we can help you get that proof here.
Now, you talked about VA home loans. I know I've used it. I love it. Let's talk about that and what kind of benefit that is, how that can help a veteran, and why they should use it.
Well, the most significant thing about a VA home loan is that a lot of lenders will approve a VA home loan more so than a regular commercial loan, because they know if that veteran default on that loan, the VA is going to pay a portion of that loan back on their behalf. And then the VA may seek, the remaining funds from their VA benefits if they happen to have any. So that's that, and the lender know that, especially if they're a VA lender. They know that the VA is going to back that loan. He has a certificate. Once you apply, it's a form, it's an application. You apply for your VA home loan certificate, and you take that certificate to any lender, okay? Any bank or credit union. Say I have a VA loan. And here it is. I can get up to $400,000. Depends on where you're at. If you're in California, maybe $600,000. Depends on your location. They're more apt to approve that. And you don't have to pay all these down payment. You don't have to have a special kind of insurance.
Right.
That's the significant thing. But that's what I like to. I've used it twice. I found it very convenient when you're trying to purchase a home.
I've used it multiple times, and I use it as part of my bargaining to get a better rate on a conventional loan.
Absolutely.
So I've seen both sides of it. It is definitely a benefit that I was glad to have. On my first time home purchase, not having to put down a down payment really did help. Not having to have PMI insurance really did help. Correct. So there's certain things that you're getting as a benefit of being a veteran that we definitely should be taking care of.
And the interest is always lower.
It is.
And we need that at this time. That's significant. The interest rate always lower than what you get on the outside. So take advantage of it.
So you talked about your service, how long you spent in, and I see on your wall next to me you have a ribbon board with all of the places that you've been, and that's one of the services y'all offer here also.
Yes. On that same form that you apply for your discharge paper, you can also submit a request on that same form to have a duplicate copies of your medals and your ribbons that you earned while in service. And then they would give that, the Department of Defense would give that to you one time free. Once, if they're available. Now that might take up to 8-9 months to get them back, because I got a copy of mine, and they're there. They give them to you one time. All you can do is ask for it. If you want your medical records, your regular file, your military file, we can help you get that too. That way you can show people about what kind of job you have, what type of performance that you have. You want to see your evaluation, etc. We can help you order those items also on that same form that you order your discharge on. So you can get your discharge paper, you can get copies of your medals and your ribbons, and you can get your medical record, and you can get your personnel record on the same form. How convenient is that?
That's convenient.
You can't ask for no more than that. So, but what my thing is, I just want people to take advantage of it and don't wait till the last minute.
Exactly. So tell me, you have yours on a board, you have it posted on the wall. Did you go somewhere separate, or did you do that yourself? How did you get that done?
Well, I was a member of the chief mess. That's all the chief. It's like a little group that you're a member of, like an association. Once you retire, you give them the medals and the ribbons, and they make the box for you, and then they present it to you on your way out.
That's awesome. It shows that you did a lot.
Well, I was in Iran hostage crisis. I was in, stationed overseas, and I was in Desert Shield, Desert Storm. We participated in the former Yugoslavia War, different things along that line. Some things I really can't talk about, but
I can imagine.
It's been a most interesting tour.
How did you end up here?
I end up here because this is a very unique story. Okay, I came to Ocala from Sicily. Okay, Sicily, Italy, this little island south of the mainland Italy. Okay, there I work in a control center where we send airplanes over to a former Yugoslavia and other different places like that. So my detail, that's the person who tell you where to go, assign your job. They sent me here. I said, I want to go to anywhere in Florida. They said, you can go to Ocala. I never heard of Ocala. That's okay, anywhere in Florida, send me. So I came here, and I was assigned in the forest, Ocala National Forest, as the operational officer for a tactical bombing range. I'd never been on a bombing range before. I didn't know anything about that. They said, not only are you going to be the operation officer, but you're going to be the range control officer. I said, okay, what did that consist of? And so you got 32 people we work for. You got ordnance men, you got these people we call weather guessers. They were there. And we was involved with 42 different air squadrons. And what they would do target practice. They would do a strafing run, and it's when they actually practice shooting a 30mm gun. They would do night prepare from the helicopters and different things like that. Simulate a hostage rescue right in the national forest. There was 3 ranges out there I was in charge of. There was one in Rodman Dam and Lake George, and then the national forest. A lot of people don't know about Lake George and Rodman Dam, but they're there. They're there. They're target ranges. So that's quite interesting. Most interesting thing that ever happened out there, that there was a bomb that dropped and everything caught on fire. And you talking about a challenge. Even though we had a fire department on the base, very small, but once the forest is real dry,
yeah, I can imagine.
That fire runs fast, man. You can't catch up with it. Yes. But that was an interesting duty there in the forest. That's what brought me here to Ocala, and I just decided to stay because of the location. You're centrally located. You got State Road 40. You can go to the east, and you have I-95, Interstate 95. You can go to the west. You have Interstate I-75. You can go north and south. Jacksonville. You can go to Miami, etc. So I like the location, so yes. I decided to stay.
We could be here all day talking about things because we want to make sure veterans are getting what they need. What is your website, and what should a veteran do from here?
If you want more information, you can contact our phone number here. It's 352-671-8422. I say it again, 352-671-8422. And our website would be www.marionfl.org/veterans services.
Yes.
But give us a call. That's the most important thing. We're located at 2730 East Silver Springs Boulevard here on downtown Ocala. Okay? And Suite 100. Again, our address is 2730 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Phone number again, 352-671-8422. Please give a call and take advantage of your benefits. You earn them. They wouldn't give them to you. You earn them. So take advantage of it.
You can tell that you appreciate helping veterans.
I'm very passionate what I do.
It's great having a job that you love.
I've been through it. So I know it's a lot of paperwork involved with it because I had to file my own VA benefits. So it's a lot of red tape. And some veterans, they give up. A lot of veterans say, well, the VA going to deny my claim. The VA can only deny your claim for 2 reasons. The number 1 reason is they made an error. Okay? They forgot to do something. They overlooked something. The second reason is you did not provide the proper documentation or supporting evidence to substantiate your claim. That's the only reasons. Okay? If you come here, we will make sure that you have the proper information and documentation to get your claim approved. It's very easy to do. But just don't wait till the last minute. And that's what a lot of veterans don't say, well, my arm is not missing, my leg is not missing. That's a lot of internal disabilities that you can't see, invisible wounds.
But you know what I find? Veterans, you go in and you're trained to be a fighting force. So when you get out, you still have that mentality. You don't want to say, hey, well, I have this or I have that. It's just a mental thing where, you could be missing a leg and you still think, I'm fine. I'm good to go. And that's just the way we're trained. And when we're in, that's good. But when you get out, you got to realize that, hey, you might need some help. So I agree with you.
Well, the military never taught us to retreat. They
Right.
never told us to surrender. Okay? But while you're out here, you just got to take advantage of all your services that's provided, no matter what. No matter how you feel about it, please take advantage of it because you earn those services. And we're here to help you. Again, 352-671-8422. Call us.
Awesome. I love it. You love it.
Yeah, really great.